Hi, this is Simon Candy from Acoustic Guitar Lessons Online.net, and in today's video we're going to look at an arrangement of Danny Boy that uses a walking bass line throughout. Now the form of Danny Boy is A-B, meaning there is an A section and a B section, and our arrangement will play one form of the tune, one A section, one B section. Now the walking bass in the A section is going to be walking in 2, and then it will transition to a more typical walking bass line that walks in 4 in the B section. Now if you're not sure what I'm talking about there, stick with me, I will show you exactly what I mean. Now walking bass is a great technique for your guitar playing. Not only do you of course have the bass component, but you also have the harmony, the chords that you can include with the walking bass line. And in the case of our arrangement today of Danny Boy, we also include the melody. So I'll play through each section for you and then we'll break it down in great detail. So let's get to it. Okay, so let's have a look at the A section of Danny Boy first. I'm going to play it for you through and then we'll come back and we'll break it down. So the A section of Danny Boy has our walking bass in 2. So what I mean by that is it's half notes. So if we look at just the bass line first, okay, we'll just isolate it here. So you'll see that we've got from the root note of G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Etc. Right? It goes like that throughout the tune, and you can hear that there's a descending sort of, there's a little bit of chromaticism there and a descending, more sort of scale-like approach. With that, we put the melody. So if I just play the melody in isolation first, we've got this. Right? That's the first phrase of the song. If we put that with our walking bass, that's the first phrase there. So it's really just lining up the melody with the bass. You could plot out the melody if you were doing an arrangement of a song like this, and then work out your walking bass in 2 if you like in this example, and see how the 2 sort of line up together, and then learn to play them both at the same time. That's essentially what you're doing. It's kind of, dare I say, kind of mathematical. Okay, we do then have to make it sound musical, but it does start quite methodical to begin with. So you've got that first walking down, and then the next phrase, similar, walking bass in 2 down, slightly different because the chords change, right? So you've got that initial little lead in with the melody, then here's our walking bass, melody, walking to the A minor chord, and then we repeat the first phrase. So that's exactly the same as the opening. And then we've got our little ending here, still walking the bass in 2. And then we're getting ready to go to the B section. The essential thing to do here in learning this arrangement is to break up the melody and the bass. See the 2 parts for what they are, play them in isolation, and then start to work at putting them together very methodically first. You've got to be very methodical. It's not going to sound too musical to begin with, but once it's in the fingers, then you can make it sound more musical. Now, if you're interested in walking bass lines and just the whole concept of walking bass and how to build walking bass lines, then I'm going to link to a video in the top right corner here that takes you to that. Here we're talking about it in the context of an arrangement and more breaking down the arrangement. But if you want to get right into walking bass lines, understand them, know how to create them yourself, then definitely check out that video. Now let's look at the B section of Danny Boy. I'll play through it for you once here so you can hear it in its entirety. Then we'll come back and we'll break it down. Now the B section is more typical of a walking bass line. It's walking in 4, just simply meaning that it's quarter note rhythm, right? 1 note per beat of the bar. So if we just isolate a little bit of the walking bass here to begin, in the B section we've got right, it's 4 to the B. A little bit of chromaticism here, etc. Right? So I won't play through the whole walking bass, but you can hear the momentum really builds now compared to the A section. That was my idea with the arrangement, was to build and have it really move forward in the B section, and having the walking bass in 2 in the A section, going into the walking bass in 4 in the B section, really does bring that to the arrangement, I think. Of course, you've got the melody with this. So if I play through the first phrase, we've got the leading notes, and then this is where the walking in 4 starts. So melody and bass. That's sort of the first phrase of the B section. So what you want to be careful of here, apart from, breaking it down very, very slowly and methodically, is that the melody notes ring. So as I go to play my bass here, I want that higher note, the first note of the B section, first bar, first beat, to ring through. I don't want to hear this. Notes that just die, right? We want those notes to ring out as much as possible. So as I play the walking bass, my pinky stays on the high G here until I need to change to the next melody note. And that's the general approach we want to be aiming for throughout this piece, both in the A section, but it's a little bit more prominent here, I think, in the B section with a little bit of a busier bass. So we've got this. More melody notes here. So here, start of the next phrase, I want that high G again against the E minor chord to ring through as long as possible. So I use some fingering there that allows me to do that too. So the way I fret things will be dictated by letting notes ring through. I do it the best way possible. So with this, for example, this little section starting on E minor, the second phrase of the B section, I use my pinky there, then I use my first and third fingers for the bass, and then my second and first fingers for the next melody note, and then the next bass note with that first finger there. Might feel a little odd, but it puts me in the best position to get all these notes to ring through. Okay, so you might fret it slightly differently. There's probably more than one way that you could do it, so feel free, but always aim for fluent legato sound, everything ringing through and connecting smoothly as possible. So we've got this phrase into the C, and then a little break here, and I just walk up chromatically and then down here. Little bit of a chromatic walk up and then a bit of a scale like walk down. Now, interestingly here, initially what I did with this arrangement when I got to the G chord is I did this. I played the high B here. And I did that actually for quite a while. I arranged this tune a number of years ago, and for a particular workshop I was doing at the time, and I played it like this. Now, as I revisited the tune to create this video, I thought, why don't I play it as a natural harmonic? It seems so obvious to me. Because that way, again, in the interest of letting things ring through. So instead of doing sort of this is a big stretch, so you avoid that, which is nice. But also at that point, I've got to kill the note. There's no way I can keep that note ringing through if I've got to come down to here now, which is what happens afterwards. But if I am playing, let's say, I'll just run up to this. So coming from here, now see, you're still hearing that. Now I have to kill it there because I've got a bar for the next part, but it can ring out much longer than if I was playing it as a fretted note. It sounds better too, nice, beautiful, chimey harmonic, and you don't have to play this big stretch, which might be not great for some. Okay, so I'm coming into that from the, let's see, walking up. So here it comes. And then we've got these diminished chords. Now this, you know, I use, let's see, I'm just going to have a look here. I'm not sure what I do. I think I use my third finger to get the harmonic. Now, it's a bit of hit and miss, right? Sometimes you might miss it. It takes a little bit of practice again, but it's a beautiful sound. And once you've got your eye in, you'll be able to get that, right? So, and then you're back to get this. This is some diminished chords, just moving up. So I'm holding a diminished chord shape there. You could minimize that shape a little bit if you like. You don't necessarily have to form the full shape. And then, so we've got more melody and bass, of course. And you got the last phrase, and this is walking down to the E minor, connecting chromatically to the A. So again, this, the G sharp or the A flat, into the A, but I use the open A because it's going to ring through, of course, much more open strings where possible here. So we've got this, and then we finish on the A minor, D, and to G. I just sort of pedal the A there, and the D, and then to the G, right? So there's a bit in it, that's for sure, but I really encourage you and recommend highly that you break this down in a way that you isolate the bass, not even just the bass for the whole tune, but just phrase by phrase. Listen to it. Danny Boy sort of works in 4-bar phrases. So 4 bars at a time, break that down to, you know, single bars, half bars, single beats, whatever you need to do, and isolate the bass, isolate the melody, see the two parts separately, be able to hear those parts and then hear the sum of those two parts together, and you start to slowly, you know, put that together. It does take time. It took me time when I arranged it. So be patient, but walking bass is a great component to put to your, you know, to add to your guitar playing. If you like this lesson, then you'll love this free ebook audio I've created for you called How to Play the Chords and Melody of a Tune at the Same Time on One Guitar in 5 Easy Steps. In this ebook, you learn a number of ways to create your own chord melody arrangements on guitar step by step, including the importance of the key you choose when arranging a tune. The key matters because some will be more friendly than others when it comes to creating your arrangements, making life that much easier for you as a result. You also learn how to use more interesting and varied chords to broaden the scope and sound of your arrangements, in addition to proven methods and strategies for playing and creating chord melody pieces. So click the link in the description below this video and download your free ebook audio, How to Play the Chords and Melody of a Tune at the Same Time on One Guitar in 5 Easy Steps. Let me know in the comments what acoustic guitar topics you'd like to see covered in future videos. I read the comments, I get lots of great suggestions from you guys, so don't be shy, drop us a line. What you suggest may well become a video in the near future. If you like this particular video, then hit that like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and of course hit the all important notification bell button. That way YouTube will tell you when I've released a new video. You might think you're subscribed to the channel because my videos pop up in your feed. However, that's not necessarily the case. So if you like the channel, I would really appreciate the sub. This is Simon Candy from AcousticGuitarLessonsOnline.net. As always, thank you for taking the time to watch my videos. I very much appreciate it. I hope you got a lot from this one, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.